Hey, survivors, Camille from Surviving a Badge with another effed up murder of the week. Let's talk about Anthony Todt. So, our murder hound, Jilly, is out on a case tonight, so she can't be here to join us. She would love to see you guys once again, but she's out sleuthing and solving crimes. We're going to talk about Anthony Todt in Kissimmee celebration area who murdered his entire family. But before we do that, I notice I still have my sticker. Why do I still have my sticker? It's because I was right. I was right about the New York City subway shooter and my crystal ball. So, don't try me. I know these things. It might have been just a crystal ball. I don't know. Anyway, so Anthony Todt convicted today, jury. And what had happened back in 2019, 2020, right before Christmas, he and his wife, apparently they had some kind of doomsday, end of the world, apocalyptic mindset going on, and they wanted everybody, the entire family, to cross over. And that meant that they had to kill everybody, had to kill the children, had to kill themselves so that they could all be together. They even killed the dog. I guess in the afterworld you have to have your puppy with you, whatever. But the first thing I thought of when I was listening to this case was the Heaven's Gate cult, where they all were in California and they all died because of Hale-Bopp comet, and they could join the spaceship and crazy. Anyway, so this was kind of their mindset. And right before Christmas, what they decided to do is they were going to try. The first thing they were doing, they made a pie, and they put a bunch of Benadryl in this pie so that they could feed it to the kids, and hopefully they would just fall asleep and not wake up. And that didn't work. He then said that he and his wife went to each of the children's bedrooms and suffocated them and stabbed them in the stomach area where there's a large artery. The interview, which you should watch, of him by the detectives, he goes into it very matter-of-factly. I mean, just, this is what I did. This is how I did. This is how long they struggled. And you're talking about the children, your children that you murdered. It's crazy. It's so horrendous and horrible. So after he killed the children, he claims that his wife killed herself. And jury wasn't buying it. So he says that he murdered everybody in the interview with the detectives. But when he takes a stand, he's like, no, it was my wife. She did it. I was gone that day, and I came home, and she broke the news to me, and then she killed herself right in front of me. Jury didn't buy it. No. Well, another sick fact. It's all sick. But what happened is after he murdered his entire family, he moved everybody, including the dead dog, into the master bedroom, covered him with blankets, and that's where he slept until they found him. Family member called for a well-being check, and they showed up to the house. This was in mid-January, so he's with his family while they are decaying. And law enforcement gets there, and one of the deputies testified that as soon as they walked in, they could just smell that decay. And I know that smell. I've smelt that smell. And just about every police officer, detective knows that smell, and it's horrendous. And you've got 4 victims and a dog just decaying right there. It's just absolutely heart-wrenching listening to this trial. He takes a stand, denies the whole thing, blames his wife, and said, "Oh, I'm her protector. I wanted to, be in front of this, but now that I'm on trial, she's actually the one who did it." Well, jury did not buy it. They convicted him of all 4 counts of murder and 1 count of animal cruelty, and he will be sentenced to life in prison. And if you watch the news, it'll say life in prison without parole. Florida doesn't have parole, so he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. He will die in prison. Ultimately, it's a long-term death sentence. So that's the Anthony Todt case, the effed up murder of the week. And as always, at Surviving the Badge, we still got your 6.